Buenos dias.
Hi.
Hi.
Who am I here with today on another episode of our breakfast sessions?
This is like my 5,000th time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 5,000.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. My name is Belle.
I'm Imogene, and I'm here again.
Nice. Well, welcome back, girls. So you were asking me about why the microphones sound different when one is on and then all three are on.
Yeah.
So the thing is, the two microphones you two have are called condenser microphones, right? Not to get too talk shoppy, but so those require extra power, and that's why they sound very like you can hear everything behind you. They're good for singing. Mine, this is called a dynamic microphone. This one doesn't need as much power, but it requires a little bit more volume. So when I have mine on, it sounds rich and crisp. But then when I turn your guys' microphones on, it takes power. And then, obviously, then it goes away. So, anyway, I thought I'd answer that little nerd talk there. Anywho.
How much were
I
these
dropped my
They're
thing.
not
I'll
that
be right
expensive.
back.
Okay, she's going to be right back. She quit.
I'm back.
And there she is. Okay, so, I don't know. They were like a little Temu order when we first. They're not that expensive, but you can see that they're cheaply made because they're already falling apart. I'm going to pull yours back a little.
Don't you always put your scissors on like that little holder right there? You put your scissors in.
Where? On this thing? No, I don't put my scissors there. That holds the microphone.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you like have a scissor holder?
Do I have a scissor holder?
No idea.
The only scissor holder I would have is that jar where all the highlighters are. And I only put it there just because I put it there once, and now I don't want to forget where I put it, so I always put it there.
Okay.
Don't you guys do that at home? Like you have a special place for something random? That way you don't forget where it is?
I have all my
No.
art supplies, all my
The
important art supplies
There you go.
in a
Worst
bucket.
thing is when you're like about to do something.
What's that, Imogene?
Like if you're about to color and you're like, "Where's my marker?"
Yeah.
And then you go looking around, tear apart your house, and then it's just in your hand,
I know.
and then
it's
you
so-
don't notice.
It happened
That has
to me
happened to me
one
multiple.
time.
So I'm happy to hear that doesn't just happen to like people that are older, but actually kids as well. So that makes me feel better that
One
I'm
time
not
I
like
couldn't-
losing my mind.
So, I had a stuffed animal that I couldn't sleep without, and it was a unicorn. And I'm like, "Mom, where's my unicorn?" And I kept asking her, and then I looked it down, and I realized I was holding it the whole
Oh
time.
my gosh.
And you know when you walk into a room
Yeah.
and you're about to grab something, you're like, "What am I gonna grab?"
I
Yeah.
know. It's like,
Yes.
and then you walk out, and then you're like, "Oh, that's the thing," and then you walk back in again. It's like,
Relatable.
What?
Wow. Okay.
I
good.
know.
This
Kids
is. I'm
are-
sorry. I'm very excited about this because I thought it was just me. I'd walk into a room and then be like, "Huh? Wait, what?" And then you have to like retrace what you were doing. You're like, "I was walking into this room because I was thirsty, but I already drank one." And they're like, "Oh, that's right. I need a pen." And you're like, "That was so weird." It just.
Yeah.
Where does your mind go for those 2 seconds?
And then you kind of just
Are you in
realize
space?
that-
Like, what happens to our? Are we getting like in a time warp? And
Yeah,
there's
it's
just this
like
random. You know,
like your brain splits apart and then comes back together.
Like, and then like you're like, "What am I gonna grab?" So you go back like to what you were doing, like if you were watching TV.
Yeah,
you had
and
to go
then-
look for something.
And
'cause
then
were
you
gonna color.
remember.
Yeah, and then you go back and then you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna grab that," and then you have to go all the way back again.
and then the worst part is, for me at least, I'm walking to do said thing, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But then, like, on the way, something catches my attention, like, "Oh, I forgot to grab that towel and put it back where it was supposed to go." I'm just making that up. And then, so you grab that and you go to another room to put it in there.
And
And then you
come
goes back to sit down and do your thing, and you're like, "Wait
It's
a minute, why was I I was standing up for another reason."
Yeah.
I know.
I'm telling you, I think we're getting sucked into some weird time portal during that little split second,
Send your photos.
and then we're just like our memories. I don't know. I'm
Who's the
a science
next?
fiction fan.
Who's the next producer?
I don't know. We were kind of talking about that.
It was Jennifer,
Yep.
but we don't have a producer.
We
this week.
don't, but the good news is we have a week in between to figure that out because of spring break, which I'm sure you guys are hashtag excited? Did I use that
Yes.
right?
No,
Did I use the hashtag correctly?
I'm not excited.
We have a cabin that we're staying for 3 nights and 4 days, and it has an outdoor dining room. And
Ooh.
my friend who's coming, her mom said that there wasn't a hot tub, and my friend got a bit disappointed about that. But then we looked at some of the pictures, and there's like this huge hot tub.
Oh, wow.
It's right by the
Awesome.
beach too.
No, I'm not excited.
Beautiful view.
So tell me why you're not excited.
Because everybody just gets to go on these fancy trips, so I'm just gonna stay home.
Sometimes that's the best. Staycations
That's
are
true.
the best. And just going off of the cabin thing, as an adult, again, just randomly thinking things out loud. When someone says they're going to a cabin, that could go of two ways in my mind. Creepy, like like those scary movies where they go on a cabin, or totally relaxing.
I know, and it's
So-
huge.
Thank you for adding the outdoor dining area comment, because if you would have just said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be going to a cabin in the woods," I'm like, I just would have been like, kind of like, okay, just be careful.
Yeah, I
I don't know,
once,
just
I once,
creep me out.
I once went to a cabin in the woods. It was kind of scary, and it was for Girl Scouts. And my big sister was there. The 5th graders got to sleep in a different cabin, and like the little girls got to sleep in mine. I was on the top bunk. I fell off.
You always need. Oh, I was just about to say you always want the top bunk when you go with strangers.
So many people fell off the bunk.
Are you serious?
Yes. And then when I was trying to play with my big sister, her friend was being really rude, but they're not friends anymore. So
Got it. Is that why you always limp everywhere? Is it that reason you're always limping?
no, it's because I don't want to crease my shoes.
I was just joking, but that's so funny that you actually do. Do you really limp? I didn't even know that.
Guess what?
Are we still on the limping thing, or are you changing the subject?
Yeah,
Okay.
changing.
My sister kind of limps sometimes because she fell down the Illahee Hill.
Oh, wow.
Her friend, the same friend that made me cry
Yeah.
at the camp, forced her to go down that huge hill
Oh my
on the
gosh.
scooter, and she had bruises everywhere, and she
Oh.
had scratches.
That's
Ow.
insane. That's
That's-
insane.
But they're not friends.
That's a
That I
worst
would
hill.
say so. That goes without saying.
But the hill that I live on is steep. It's practically a wall. And when I mean practically, I don't really mean that it's
Yeah.
a wall. I mean
It's so steep that would look like a wall.
you could
wall
literally one time I literally I was going on my scooter and I was pressing the brakes and then I lost control and the brakes weren't working because it was going so fast.
Yeah.
And then I slipped under a car.
Whoa.
It wasn't
Painful.
It wasn't on, luckily, and I got I got scratches on my chin and my
Wow. So you took a gnarly fall
Shoulder.
too. My worst fall, believe it or not, was when I was an adult. When I was on that one wheel, I hit a little pothole thing, and I just went flying forward. All 200 pounds of my body just went, and I landed right on my arm.
no.
And so it cracked. It fractured. Yeah, I had to wear cast.
One time my chin fractured when I was riding a bike. Yeah,
Ouch.
so I was going down this hill and I flipped over as well.
Yeah.
And the chin hit my handlebar, and it fractured. And I'm still pretty sure that
There's still something there?
something.
I cry sometimes when I fall. I barely cry. Once I was on a scooter.
Did you just say I barely cry 7 times when I fall?
No, I barely cry when I fall.
Okay, what was the 7
And
times
so-
thing?
I don't know.
Okay.
And my cousin, if he was riding a scooter and it didn't have brakes,
Yeah.
or he was riding a bike and it didn't have brakes, it was the one that you couldn't stop.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So I was riding a scooter, and then I crashed into him,
Ooh.
and I didn't cry.
You didn't cry? Wow. Okay.
And
But do you think that that's a good thing, or do you is it bad that you cry? Is that a bad thing?
no,
it's
but
just
it's sometimes it's humiliating.
It is. And I think that's why we cry, right? If we fall, it's not really the pain; it's more the shock and the embarrassment. That's where
Yeah,
the
it's
tears come from. Yeah, I've been there.
I was so scared to do the choir thing today.
The what?
The choir.
Why?
Oh,
you
same.
did a great job. You guys
I-
sounded really good.
I love.
And
I
by the
love,
way, thank you guys for that. That was really well done.
I loved it. But it was a bit scary for me.
It is a little nervous because you're sitting in front of a whole bunch of people and older kids are looking at you and you're thinking, whatever you're thinking. But honestly, you guys did a great job, and just know you're collectively there. If you had to do a solo, this would have been a different conversation.
It would have been much more scary.
True. Also amazing though, because you're doing it on your own, which
Yeah.
Wait, but we're gonna. Belle was saying like that we're gonna play like at some place and like the public is gonna be there.
Yeah,
Like, what do you
you
mean? I thought it was just
she doesn't know that?
The city thing.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
no,
Come
I
on.
thought it was just gonna be like parents.
No.
Yeah, but like it's open to the public. If your
It's
guys
like
are going to a
anybody
public
can
place.
come in.
Well, not
Anybody.
anybody. They would. I think they had to purchase tickets.
Almost anybody.
Wait, am I
But that's
allowed to
not-
say where it is?
Let's keep it. Let's
Okay.
keep it just to this, just because I don't really know. I don't really know what.
I think.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
I think I might
I don't know how this plays out.
It's gonna be so scary because there's gonna be even more people singing.
Yeah.
And
There's
any
gonna be, like-
So then,
and
even
it's
if
not
you
going to be
decide-
kids. It's not going to be
Exactly.
kids.
So you'll
I mean,
have,
there might.
you'll be with a lot of. Sorry to keep cutting you off.
No, it's
But
fine.
like, there's gonna be opportunities where you're gonna be singing with people. So even if you're scared, you're with lots of people. So it's almost like you're not alone.
Yeah, and my
Right.
friend, my couple of friends who are going to be at different schools will be there too.
You
Hold
know,
on.
We-
We're getting a symbol here from Imogene. She's kind of like giving us the Italian fingers pointing upwards. Why? What's wrong?
I was climbing my tree yesterday, and I was like, I bet you can't do this to my little sister because we all do that.
Okay.
And then she was like, she couldn't, and I was like, it's fine because like my big sister can't do it either. Like, you're not alone. She's like, you're just making fun of both of us, and I was like, no, I'm just saying you're not alone.
That's so funny.
Little sisters. Wait, was that your
Little sister.
I wonder how I would be
little
if I had a little sister. I think that would be really fun. I always thought about that.
My brother has a little sister.
It'd be a little
I
bit
mean,
dramatic, though,
my
I
dad.
imagine, right?
My
Like,
dad has a little sister, and I have a little sister.
yep.
And I do.
You do. I don't. Oh.
And
Now
I
I
have-
feel left out.
My
And I
dad
have a
has a
little
little
cousin.
sister.
Wait, hold on. Belle, go ahead.
I have a little cousin too.
Okay. Well, that I
5.
I do have little cousins, but
Same.
yeah. All right. Well, I left it 2 minutes extra to give you that chance to talk about the choir, but I think we got to start wrapping it up. So, any last remarks before we end this session?
Happy Easter. and
Happy
spring
Easter
break.
for sure.
Happy spring break. Have a good one.
All right. So, thank you for
I
joining
hope
me
you
today.
do a better
Bye.
spring break than I do.
Aw, bye, guys.
Bye bye, bananas.